Hello, welcome to Kirsty's Pilates. This video is a shoulder workout. So if you have any issues with your shoulders, if you have any injuries, it's really important that you get a proper diagnosis. So you need to go to the GP or and hopefully get some physio so that they can diagnose properly what the problem is. There's lots of problems you can have with shoulders. I've actually got a problem with my shoulder at the moment. And there's lots of things that you can do to help. Basically, all the things I'm going to do in this video will help. But I have to say, if anything hurts, please don't do it. If something hurts in Pilates, then you don't want to do it. So I'm going to do, this is very gentle, but even if you did something gentle, but if you have an injury that means it hurts, then you need to stop. That's really, really important. So I'm going to do a really, really basic shoulder warm-up mobility, which is really, really good for shoulder injuries. Then I'll do a little bit of strength work and then a little bit of a stretch. So I'm starting off, so I'm standing up, but you can do this sitting down, not a problem. So anyone can do this, but particularly if you've got shoulder issues, it will be good for you. But I'm going to say it again, sorry to keep going on. If anything hurts, then stop and don't do it. Okay. So I'm going to start off with the heads. So I'm going to just do some little head movements. So the head's going down and then up nice and gently. If you've got any neck issues, be very careful with lifting your chin up to the ceiling. Down and up. So very, very gentle. And then you're going to the side. And again, very, very gently to the side. And then if you can, and it's not uncomfortable, to the side is your shoulder. But again, very, very gently. Lovely. So then I'm going to move to the shoulders. So your shoulders are rolling back. A lot of the reason that people get shoulder injuries is because their shoulders aren't stable, and you need to think about your shoulders rolling back. Lots of people's posture is their shoulders are rolled forward. They need to be rolled back. Your shoulder blades need to be sliding down the back of your ribs, and try to keep them stable in that position. It's quite hard. So that's what we're going to be working on, shoulder stabilization. So that's rolling back. So then I'm going to do shoulders going up and down, up and down. So just getting some mobility, and down and up and down. And then you're going to go forwards, but you're focusing on going backwards. As you go backwards, your shoulder blades are squeezing together. So forwards, quite a small movement, backwards, squeeze the shoulder blades together. You're opening up your chest and you're squeezing the shoulder blades together in that nice position. Forwards and back and hold it there. And forwards and back, squeeze it there. Lovely. I'm just going to do that again. So rolls first, shoulder rolls again. The thing is with shoulder injuries, you've got to keep them moving. The worst thing is to not move them. Again, if it hurts, then don't do it. But things like this shouldn't hurt. So rolling the shoulders and then up and down. You've got to get the mobility back, up and down, and the blood flowing to the joints. Up and down, up and down, and then forwards, and then squeeze the shoulder blades together as you bring them back. I'm just holding it there. Forwards and back, and then forwards and back, and forwards and back. Lovely. Okay, so I'm just going to do something called a dumb waiter. So your elbows are tucked into your waist. You are going to take your arms out, and your shoulders are rotating around behind you. So it doesn't matter if you can't go very far. It depends on the flexibility that you've got in your shoulders. So some people may not be able to take their arms very far, but it doesn't matter. You're thinking about your shoulders rotating around, and again, your shoulder blades are squeezing together behind you. That's the things you need to think about. Shoulders rotating around and shoulder blades squeezing together behind your back. Lovely. So then the next thing I'm going to do is, if this is okay and it doesn't hurt anything, you're lifting your arms up, they're going out to the side, coming back and down. So if it's okay, to take your arms out that wide, you're going to do it. If that hurts, if that aggravates the problem with your shoulder, stick to doing the dumbwaiter. So it's the same movement, but just with a smaller lever. So instead of lengthening your arm to straight, keep your arm bent. So it's okay for me to do this, and open, and down. So that's with the arms lengthened, or if it's a problem, do the same thing with the arms bent. Not a problem at all. So the other thing you can add in is a little pause. So as you go back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and you can also pulse there. So if it doesn't hurt your arm, your shoulder, squeeze the shoulder blades together, back and down. If it hurts, again, you could do the same thing with the dumbwaiter, so squeezing the shoulder blades together at the back. I'll just do 2 more of the big ones. Up and out. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Back and down. 1 more. So your shoulders are down and you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. Back and down. Lovely. So I'm just going to get the shoulders moving a little bit more. So we're going to lift up one arm and then the other. You're trying to keep your shoulders down. Again, sometimes when you've got shoulder injuries, doing anything with a straight leg, lifting it up is too much for you. So if that's too much for you, then just do it with a bent arm. Just do the same thing, but with a bent arm. Yeah, because sometimes there's too much weight, too much pressure on the shoulder if you do it with a straight arm. So you're thinking about keeping your shoulders down. As you lift up your arm, your shoulders are not lifting up. So you don't want your shoulders to be up here. Shoulders are relaxed down, away from your ears. So I'm just doing one arm at a time to start with. And you're also thinking about your ribs staying down towards your hips. You don't want your ribs to be lifting up. They're focused down towards your hips. So once again, I'm doing it with a straight arm. If that hurts, either don't do it or do it with a bent arm if that feels okay, or just don't do it. Lovely. It's a little bit awkward. So then you can do it with the 2 arms. So again, lifting up. As your arms go up, your shoulders are staying down. So your arms are going up, shoulders are staying down. So again, if this hurts, probably best to just leave this one out if it hurts your arms, because it's a bit difficult to do with 2 arms bent. So just leave this one out if it's aggravating your problem, to lift your arms up straight. So you're not letting your ribs go. You don't want your ribs to go like that, because you don't want your back to arch. So your ribs are staying down and keeping focus down towards your hips. And your shoulders, importantly, are staying down. So your shoulders are not up here, they're relaxed down, away from your ears. Really, really importantly. Lovely. Okay, then the other thing you can do, I'm going to do it with bent arms actually, so you can have your hands on your shoulders. You can just do shoulder circles with your arms like this, if that's okay. And if it's okay, you could do it with a straight arm. So once again, and I'll keep going on about it, if it hurts, please stop, don't do it. And the other arm. So you're just mobilising all of your shoulder, getting it all moving, getting the blood flowing. Just do one more of those on each side. Lovely. So there's just a couple of others that I'm just going to do before I get down onto the floor, and these are very, very basic ones that you'll often be given by a physio. So this one is pendulum swings. So bend your knees and lean forwards a little bit and just let your arms swing round in a circle. So this is very, very basic, especially if you've got quite a bad injury. These ones is just very, very gentle because you're not lifting anything up, so there's no strength involved. You just need to let it relax and work with gravity. So swing it round one way and then back the other way. And you can also do side to side as well. So it's just getting the joint moving but without the pressure, and getting the blood flowing to help get some mobility in the joint. So I'm just going to do it on the other side. Obviously you'd focus more on the side that's the problem, but everybody can do these. It doesn't matter if you're not injured, you can still do these. They're quite nice. So round in a circle, back the other way. You can do this sitting, down, kneeling, in any position. and then side to side. It's quite nice. Lovely. And then the other one that you'll often get given by a physio is walking your hands up the wall. So imagine I've got a wall here and you're just walking your fingers up the wall, and because you've got the wall to help you, it's less work on your shoulders to lift up. So when I injured my shoulder, I was told to do things like that, and they really, really hurt. So if you've got the wall to hold on to, you can do it very, very gradually. And just use the wall to help you get up and to help you get a little bit of mobility. So again, if it hurts, then that's when you need to stop. It probably get to a certain point and that will hurt, so stop at that point. It's just to get your arm moving a little bit, so walking up the wall. So I'm going to now go down onto the floor and do some more exercises. So moving on to the floor, or if you struggle to get down onto the floor, you could do these ones on your bed. I'm just going to lie on the front. So your arms are down. This is a back extension, so this is working on strengthening the shoulders. So you can relax the bottom half, relax your buttocks, relax your legs and your feet, don't worry about those. You're just going to be working the shoulders. So I'm just going to do the shoulders to start with. So the same thing that we were doing when we were standing up, you're squeezing your shoulder blades together and then relax them. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and relax. This is the easy version, just your shoulders working, squeezing the shoulder blades in. So again, it's really important you're thinking of the shoulders being down away from your ears and the shoulder blades squeezing together. Shoulders squeezing together. Your muscles are in a diamond shape down your back. If you can think about your diamond drawing down your back, and it helps some people to think about that. The shoulders are rolling back, shoulders are sliding down away from your ears, and your shoulder blades are squeezing together. So this, as a back extension, you can add in lifting up your head. So you make sure that you're squeezing in your tummy, and you're breathing in. As you breathe out, you can lift up your head. Your shoulders are doing the same thing, your head's lifting up as well. Breathe in to relax back down. So breathe in. As you breathe out, shoulders rolling back, shoulder blades squeezing together, arms reaching down towards you. Keep the tummy squeezed in. And the other thing to say is that as you lift up your head, you're keeping your chin tucked in. You don't want your head to be lifted up like that because you need your neck in a nice straight line. If that's too much, or if you feel it pulling in your back and hurting your lower back, then don't do that. Don't add the head, just do the shoulders. So it's all strengthening work for your shoulders. Just lifting up here because you're working against gravity. So just the shoulders, or the head as well. But if you're lifting up the head, make sure that you're squeezing in the tummy and you're breathing nice and deeply. So that's a back extension. Another one you can do is a swan dive. Same sort of thing, your arms are wide. Again, if this position is uncomfortable for your shoulders, you can have your arms further down, closer in towards you, probably will be a bit more comfortable. If it's not comfortable like this. Otherwise, they're out at a right angle. Your shoulders again are down away from your ears. And I'm going to do the same sort of thing as I did with the back extension. You're breathing in. As you breathe out, you're lifting up. Keeping the chin tucked in. Breathing in as you relax back down. It's quite difficult to keep the shoulders down. So try not to let the shoulders hunch up towards your ears. You're sliding your shoulders down away from your ears. Sliding your shoulder blades down. And you're breathing. Your tummy is also squeezed in. And your chin's tucked in, so your neck's in a nice straight line, not tilting up. So that's the swan dive. There's another option with the swan dive, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to keep the hands on the floor just to work on the shoulders. Lovely. Okay, so there's another one that you can do if it's okay for you. I'm not going to do loads because I actually have got a shoulder injury and I know it will aggravate it a little bit. So be very, very careful with it. It's just very easy push-ups. So your knees are hip distance apart, your hands are shoulder distance apart, and they're underneath your shoulders. That makes sense. So your tummy's squeezed in, your back's nice and neutral. and all you're going to do is breathe in to bend your arms and breathe out to straighten. So if that hurts, then you're not ready to do that one. If that hurts your shoulder or down your arm, then you're not ready for that one, and don't do it, because you can't really make it any easier than that. That's the easy version. I'm not going to do anything hard. If you want to make it harder, if it feels fine on your shoulder and you want to make it harder, you bring your arms further forward and your shoulders over the top. I'm not going to do that position because it will hurt my shoulder, I know. So that's a slightly harder position. Obviously a full push-up with your knees off the floor in a nice straight line is much, much harder, and you wouldn't be doing that if you had a shoulder injury. So the easy one, breathing in to bend, breathing out to straighten. But again, keep the shoulders down away from your ears, shoulder blades sliding down the back of your ribs, breathing in as you bend, breathing out as you straighten. It can be very, very gentle. Oh, the other way that you could do this, if that's too much for you, is you could do it against a wall. So if you just have your hands up against the wall, you can do very, very gentle push-ups against the wall, which would be easier than that because there's less weight. So I would advise doing those first, and these ones save them until you've got a little bit more strength. So that's a little bit of mobility, a little bit of strength for the shoulders. I'm just going to do one more thing for flexibility, which is a spine twist. I'm going to do it kneeling. You can do it sitting in a chair, sitting in whatever position is comfortable for you. I'm just going to stay in this position. Your hands are in the middle of your chest, and again, your shoulders are down. Your shoulders relax down away from your ears. Hands are in the middle of your chest. Your head is staying in line with your hands. So you're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, you're twisting. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, you're twisting. So this can be as small as you like. It's just a little flexibility exercise, very, very basic. And you can do it in any position, breathing in and breathing out as you twist. Just working on keeping the shoulders down, away from your ears. Lovely. Okay, that's your spine twist. I'm going to do a chest opener. This one is magic for shoulders, shoulder problems, and I'll show you the modified version on my bad arm. So on your side, you can have a pillow to help you, or you can just put yourself up on your arm. Your knees are up nice and high. And normally I do it like this with a pillow there, but I haven't got a pillow here. So I'm going to imagine that you're going to start with your arms out like this. Your arms are together, your shoulders are stacked. I'm going to do it in this position. So keeping your hips still and your tummy squeezed in, you're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, you're opening up. You're watching your hands going over, your arms going over, your head's following, your ribs following. And your arm can go over as far as is comfortable for you. It doesn't have to go all the way. Breathe in there. As you breathe out, you're coming back. So you're breathing in. As you breathe out, arms going over, heads following, ribs following. The top of your body's following, but your hips are staying still. So it's working on stretching out your chest. It's opening. It's called a chest opener. It's opening up your chest to get a lovely stretch there. So I'm fine doing this on this side because this is my good arm. But on the other side, I'm going to show you. I can't do this on the other side because this is where I've got my problem. So if it hurts to do it with a straight arm, what you would do is do it with the half an arm. So just use the arm bent like that. So if I did that, that's going to hurt. That's going to pull on my arm. So just like this. Taking the elbow over as well, and then that shouldn't put too much pressure on your shoulder. It should work. Obviously, again, if it hurts, if it still hurts when you're doing it like that, then don't do it. But hopefully with a shorter lever, it shouldn't hurt. So you're opening up your chest. It's much better with a pillow here. I forgot to get one. Opening up your chest, and again, you're trying to keep your hips still, so you're not letting them roll. So it's just working the top of your body. Your chest is opening up. It's the same thing as whether you've got your arm straight, just that I can't do it like that. Lovely. So that's your chest opener. So I'm just going to finish off with a couple of stretches. So we will do a chest stretch. So if it's comfortable for you, clasp your hands behind you and straighten out your arms to stretch your chest out. If that's not a comfortable position, then what you can do is just open up your arms and again squeeze your shoulder blades together. So either hold on to them if that's okay, or just reach your arms behind you, so just opening up your chest again, getting a stretch across your chest. Lovely. And then bring your arm across your chest and then bring that in there, so you're going to get a stretch down this bit of your shoulder. And you can do this with a straight arm, or you can do it with a bent arm and pull it in. That might be more comfortable if a straight arm's not great for you. So arm across your chest, either you can bring it in like that, just stretch down here, or you can do it with your arm on with your hand on your shoulder and stretch it like that. Lovely. Okay. And then another stretch that you can do is if you take your hand and put it up your back as if you're trying to reach it up between your shoulder blades. On the good arm, this will probably be fine. On the bad arm, it's quite uncomfortable. So uncomfortable is fine, but pain isn't fine. So again, if it's painful, then stop. If it's just a bit uncomfortable, then it's okay. And it's really, really important to be able to tell the difference between those. So this arm is fine. This is my good arm. I can reach it right up between my shoulder blades. This arm is not as comfortable, so I'm only doing very, very small stretch there. Same thing going down. So arm is up. Hands going down between your shoulder blades, and again, this is my good arm, so that's fine. You can help it along by pushing it a little bit if that's comfortable. And breathe. And the other side is a little less comfortable, so hands between your shoulder blades. If you hold it, it might be okay, but again, if it hurts, don't do it. I think that's all the things that I wanted to do. So I know that I've been a nag, but it's particularly with shoulder injuries, it's really, really important not to do something that's going to cause you pain, because it won't get better. If you're going to aggravate the injury, you're just going to make it worse. So please be very, very careful with what you're doing. Hopefully get a proper diagnosis so you know what you're dealing with. And you can always send me a message if you want some help knowing what exercises are good for your particular injury once you've got that diagnosis. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope it was helpful to everybody. Thank you very much.